As you can now see, the R32 is drivable. Now, it was a little bit of a slog getting into this point. Honestly, I didn't really film that much of it, but if you remember back to the previous video where we were working on the car, I came to the conclusion that she was too hot to really risk driving, and I really didn't want to go any further than that. After sort of consulting with some mates and getting some ideas, flying back and forth, I went back to the original fan shroud and the original fan for the radiator so that it cooled a bit better, because apparently aftermarket electric radiator fans are just nowhere near as good as the original RB ones. So we went back to factory ones with those, and we took the thermometer out because we thought it might have been busted. Lo and behold, that fixed the issue. Still a bit of smoke or steam, as I thought, coming out of the turbo, and we soon identified that as the O2 sensor not being thoroughly tightened. So once it was getting hot, it was getting loose and leaking out exhaust gases, which is why when I turned the car off without any pressure going out the back, it was seeping out a lot. So now that we've tightened that down, taken the thermometer out, put the original fan and fan shroud on, the car seems happy as. The car is technically drivable. For today's video, we're going to take it for the first test drive. Yep, keen, let's go. Alrighty, so the steering's a little heavy when it's slow. The exhaust is very loud because it's basically right beneath Alyssa's feet. It seems to be running okay. I'm not going to be getting on it, like I said. There's still some fine-tuning things that need to be done. For a whole, it seems to be driving okay. Like there's no creaks or anything, not that I could hear them if there was, so I might have to recheck when I put the exhaust on for creaks. Yeah, it just seems like a really noisy Skyline at this point. This is the first... It might just be because we're going downhill and I'm off the accelerator. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm not really talking a lot because I'm just trying to take it all in and like analyze what's going on with the car. I think that's enough. Yeah, that D-cell is like really loud. I really don't want to annoy the neighbors too much, and I'm guessing I'm already on their nerves, so I think we'll call it at that. It drives, it hasn't broken down, the engine doesn't sound bad, there's no smoke coming out. The temperature sensor that I thought was broken is actually working, which is awesome. I guess it just wasn't getting, surely it was getting warm enough before, but maybe because it wasn't circulating the water through because of the thermostat being busted, it just wasn't showing the temperature. But yeah, it seems to be working all right now, so that's awesome. That's first test drive was a success, which is huge relief and a massive amount of excitement. This is the best look I've ever gotten to have underneath the car.
Yeah.
That is our part of exhaust. That is our lack of bushing for the gearbox.
A new boot.
Huh? Oh yeah, I mean 2009 was the last time we think that this thing was actually...
Yeah. Oh, you're going to have to go over the whole car.
Absolutely. GTR tank holding up alright? That might actually work. I reckon that'll work. I mean, it is the exhaust that came out of it, but I had an issue when I tried to fit another exhaust on there. The GTR tank wasn't actually allowing it because of how far it protrudes out this way. The GTST tank sort of tapered up a bit sooner. So we've got an exhaust now. It's very close to the tank under here. It still needs some adjusting. Very close. So I'm just going to start it up enough to hear it run. It's a very rusty boy, but it'll do for the time being. And it'll do just to hear the car rev, I guess. That's weird, it kind of just sounds like a car. Well, there you go. The R32 runs, drives, and now has an exhaust. That last part, putting the exhaust on, was a bit sporadic. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to drive it and be able to hear a little bit better, but I'm not keen to actually drive it with the exhaust on the car until I know that it's far enough away from the fuel tank for it to not combust halfway down the road. So we'll pump the tyres up at the moment, although we won't drive it again today. We'll leave it on the hoist. I'll come back out tomorrow and I'll have a play with that exhaust. The next time you guys see it, it'll actually be adjusted so that it won't melt the fuel tank. Hope you guys have enjoyed this week's video. It was definitely a milestone. Less work and more just driving the car, which it's cool. Super keen if you guys are too. Subscribe, follow along, leave a comment down below telling me what you think, and like the video for more R32 content. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.